excitement. So I heard this game's really bad, but I like racing games, so we will see what happens. Okay, got a polygon car. Got all the options. How bad could it be with all these options? Come on. Let's see. Green Valley. Hey, let's do it. One lap. I mean, as you 3 at least. Okay. Yeah, it looks good so far. Whoa, this frame rate is not having it. Damn. Oh, is this pitting in? Yeah, the controls are very sensitive in this. Yeah, the thing I wonder is, do we cut something like Stunt Race FX too much slack and this too little? Or is this really that terrible? Just so we can eventually get a handle on these controls, first of all. I do like the look of the game. It looks really cool. It doesn't move very well. I think half the steering issues are really from the frame rate. The other half is that it feels very strange. This car doesn't really... It corners very abruptly. I remember reading they did something like they accelerate how fast you're turning the steering wheel depending on how long you're holding the controller. Very, very odd. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, I guess I won. That was unexpected. Okay, what else we got here? Someone thought... Thought there were some more handling controls here. Maybe not. It's funny that Devo's a one lap. Who would do that? There doesn't seem to be a... Oh, tournament. Here we go. Okay. Wow, 10 laps. Let's just do single race. Deep Wood, The Hole, I'd Hop, The Gorge. There's a lot of tracks, I gotta give it that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay, well let's do The Gorge. Let's gorge ourselves on. But I wonder if I pause it, do I get... I just get those options, okay. Might have to read the manual at some point. Maybe I can get more out of this. Oh. I was hitting the wrong button. Kind of sad, this actually does run quite a bit worse than Virtua Racer on 32X. It kind of was like the Genesis Virtua Racer, except with worse handling. Yes, if you hold it long enough, you can do that little skid. The music sounds very Amiga. Down to like whatever rompers they're using. I can see how this would really be cool if it ran twice as fast and the handling didn't suck. I mean, it's pretty fierce. The track design is not too bad. Has a cool look. I mean, I would have played it. What's sad too is, like, you know, someone's coming out this time, like, you know, was it World Grand Prix for the Amiga? And that thing, you know, he put it on a 1200, which is, I don't think it's as powerful as the Jag. It runs better, it controls better. See, this complexity of the scenery is really not that far off. You'd expect the trouble with the Jaguar, I think, when it was released even, is that I saw stuff like Cybermorph, and I expected a lot more from a dedicated game system. You know, I expected it to kind of leapfrog the computers, to do better than the computers. Because that's what usually happens, you know, when the Genesis came out, the SNES came out, they killed the computers at the time in terms of 2D, which was what they were built for. And I thought, you know, with the Jaguar, I really expected it to Deep Six my PC. It didn't really get close. It wasn't really that much later that you had the PlayStation, you know? And the Saturn. The Saturn and PlayStation both had stuff that my PC couldn't do at the time. I had a 46, and, you know, keep in mind, a 46 back then was like, you know, it was like $1,000, right? And out comes this console, less than half the price of what my computer's worth, and is way, way better. The Jaguar never really quite did that. It has a number of really cool games on it. I'm not going to dispute that, but I think Atari might have kind of shot themselves in the foot with it a little bit. I do hear that it was very hard to program, and that you're supposed to rely more on the special graphics chips than people really did. Somehow I remember a Jeff Minter interview where he was saying that if he knew the Jaguar hardware as well as he did by the end, that he thought he could have gotten Tempest 2000 running at full frame rate or something. I think I read. I might be mishearing that or misreading that. I can't remember exactly. I wouldn't doubt it though. I could see that. I wonder how much they were falling back on the 68,000 processor for this game. Well, the more I talk, the better I do. Yeah, those turns are really rough. Yeah, this frame rate is crawling. First place, check that out. Oh, damn. The trouble is too, it's balanced for the crappy controls, I feel like. Whoa, whoa. What's going on? Polygons are what's going on. Polygons everywhere. That pan flute's killing me, man. It's so mod. You know, mod like mod file, not mod like Beatles. The trick in this thing, of course, is to brake before the turn so you don't have to. Yeah, I really think the game's control problems are like half of it you can chalk it up to the frame rate being so slow and the game being so fast that you don't know what the F is going on. Are you skidding, or are you just turning sharply? Who knows, you know? And I think that is part of the issue. Now, I hear, was it the Jaguar podcast I heard this on, that there's an older build with fewer effects that ran better or something? I would have taken, you know, take out the fog and some of the shading and give me a faster game experience. There's some rubber banding going on here. Oh no! Second place. Well, not bad, right? Race winner. Someone who's not me, I guess. Oh, my beer is flowing. Beer overflowed. I'm drinking Anchor Steam right now. It's San Francisco beer that I quite well, I don't love it. It's pretty generic, to be honest. But it's nice. It's mellow, and I was in a mellow mood. Right, if the game ran as fast as this screen, man, it would be. But look, you can see the frames dropping as the rear of the car swings towards the camera. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that on the capture. Oh, yeah, you can see it on the capture. Look at that. So I wonder how much of that's like a fill rate issue, you know? That's kind of sad, to be honest. Whoa. We can race in the rain and make the control even worse. I feel like it should automatically change you to wet tire. Why would you want dry tires in the rain? I don't know. Let me get 2 colors too. Oh wait, no, you don't. You get a bunch. Okay, cool. Whoa. This is the MS-DOS text editor colors. The AW root beer. Yeah, this is I think this is the only combination that looks somewhat decent. What is Island Hop? The whole. Let's try Island Hop. Did we just lose the sound effect? Oh no, there it goes. There's a guitar. That's the guitar that we cut out. Let's just do 3 laps. I like the menu. I mean,
start your engine.
All right. Whoa! Is it just? Oh, that's a turd. Yeah, it's the kind of game where if this were my only console. My only polygon racing game, I think I could deal with the flaws in this maybe, but you know, I'd rather play Virtua Racing or Stunt Race FX, or so far at least. But maybe it'll grow on me. So far I don't hate it as much as I thought I would by everyone's comments. Everyone was saying it was just like just the worst thing ever. And it's, you know, I won't lie, it's not great, but I don't know if it's nearly as bad as people say it is. Not awesome, that's for sure. I'm sure right now you're thinking, oh yeah, sure, name a worst polygon racing game. Let me think. It might come up, I don't know. Yeah, they really should have done something about the track design with the controls to compensate for the frame rate. You know, I'm thinking that I don't know if, you know, I used to play Screamer on a 486, 100 megahertz or 132 megahertz. It was like a DX4. If you're hip to DOS, know what that means. Basically, it's almost like an overclock, I think. Whoa, this turn is not. Whoa. And I don't know if it ran a whole lot faster than this, to be honest. Of course, it had better graphics, but I'm just saying, you can make games playable at this speed. This just doesn't quite do it. Yeah, that computer was really underpowered. But I played this whole generation on that thing. I played Quake on that, about the speed. Actually, I think I ran this stuff that's a little bit faster than this, yeah. But yeah, you know, World Grand Prix on the Amiga 1200 is not much faster than this, and whoa, holy crap. And, that one's really playable. If you play stunts on an Amiga 500, it's not much faster than this, and it's more playable. I think they're just trying to make a game that's lightning arcade quick, you know, like balls to the wall racing, and you know, they're trying to do that with, you know, 8 frames a second or something. It's just not going to work. I'm sure back then you had the pressure of, you know, Atari really wanting something out for the, you know, a racing game for their system that's modern, you know, because Super Burnout's great, but you know, I remember back in '93 when, you know, I first saw Daytona USA. I also first saw Outrunners. Now, Outrunners is a great game, but I totally turned up my nose at it because of Daytona, right? Who wants to play that when this brand new thing is there, and people were so taken by Daytona, and they're both great games, but in that, you know, saying that, you know, if you have Super Burnout, which is a line shifting, you know, game kind of like Outrunners, and you have this, this is gonna look a lot more modern, even though it runs like crap. So I think they're just eager to get this thing out too soon. That was a mean track. Let's try. What if I had better? Let's try high airfoil. See if I get better handling. I mean, I'm down with my car going slower if I crash on the wall less. What should we do?
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh my God! It's more pan flute. This is like soundtrack or the racing game. Whoa! That downforce is not helping. It's a lot. I feel like back then, especially on Atari systems, there were a lot of developers who seem to be making games in genres they didn't really play avidly. Like Trevor McFur feels like that too, where he was a shmup, but it doesn't play like a great shmup or anything. It's kind of like someone was out of the loop for a while and then decided to make a shmup. And kind of likewise, this is like kind of has looks like virtual racing, but it doesn't really capture what makes that game so cool and playable. I feel like that with a lot of stuff though too. Oh. I wonder if this had outside playtesting or not. The other thing too is that when you're developing a game and if you spend long enough with it, you don't, you could be, I could become completely, probably become really good at this game if I really, play for hours on end the way the developers had to. And then you don't notice that the controller is wretched because you're just used to them. It's like when Last Hope came out for the Dreamcast, the first iteration of that, you couldn't see the shots against all the shrapnel and explosions. And it's a memorizer, so the devs had obviously played it so much that they knew where all the shots were, but everyone else kind of found out somewhat through trial and error. And they released an update called Pink Bullets to address that, where the bullets were pink. Interestingly, Battle Garega also has that too, where that's more visible, but the bullets are the color of shrapnel, so a lot of people would get messed up by that. And when they pour that one to home, they have a mode called Pink Bullets. Or was it called Pink Bullets? Maybe it wasn't called Pink Bullets. Maybe that's just Last Hope. Did we do Iron Hope? I think we did. Deep Wood. River Mouth. Well, let's do Deep Wood because I'm pretty sure we haven't done that one. Well, I don't think I need the high airfoil. I like fog though. It looks good. I wonder if it helps the frame rate. Probably not. It's probably more computation for them.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Yeah, you're over the road on this one. There's no, I'll tell you something for sure. You might be able to keep your car in the road in this game, but there's no way you're going to be, playing it and trying to shave seconds off your time by taking different racing lines. You don't really get to pick your racing line. You get to struggle to keep your car on the road is what you get. And that's the thing about a game like Daytona or Virtual Racing or Ridge Racer is that you're always trying to take different approaches on curves and trying them at different speeds to see if, you can just shave, an eighth of a second off or something. And in this, you just keeping the car on the road is the goal, really. If you can do that, then you can probably win. Well, these are the last race I'm going to do here. These are pretty small tracks too, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but again, it does have a lot of tracks putting into a little cartridge, so maybe that's the trade-off that they made. Whoa, this is pit. I don't want to pit in. There's some weird graphical glitches happening too. Whoa. What are you shooting the buttons I'm pressing on screen? I'm just like I'm not tapping stuff like I'm like a madman here to try to not nosedive my car into the barriers. Ah. Yeah, this is a dysfunctional racer. Don't worry, I didn't pay very much for it. I was just morbidly curious, to be honest.